Gen V Season 2, Episode 3, title Hatred for Human. And this episode, I enjoyed the B plot more than the A plot, but still like the A plot. Bit of a tongue twister for me for that, but the whole storyline of the cafe worker who's just getting abused, like verbally abused, probably the worst case of verbal abuse ever, just because she's a human with no powers. She's a human. She has no powers, and they think that the whole campus thinks she's Team Starlight. So what you have is this woman, this who's just there to give them coffee and give them muffins, and she is in fear of her life because someone's fucking with her by putting all these signs of like Starlight all over the cafe. And like the scene where like the X-ray stand, aka a guy who has X-ray vision, and you can tell he really likes the concept of looking through women because he gets to see everything through the clothes. That was creepy as fuck. You just go, oh my god, I feel so bad for her. And she can't find any other job. She says, I can't find any other job. It is true. Humans, non-powers, in this world at this point, are treated like second-class citizens. And, it's the whole thing of, where's the future, Charles? Not them. And you can see what them treating is like. It's completely horrible. So knowing what happens, knowing that the comeuppance of these of these vandalisms, you're just like, come on, let's help this go out. Come on, Emma, help this go out. And that, I mean, look, the main plot of Mary finding out that she finds out more about her past, and she gets a little bit of character development and how she's able to move forward with her life, realizing she is no longer going to be driven by her own trauma. When she yells at her aunt, saying that, look, I was a young 13-year-old girl who had her first period, while also realizing I had powers that turned out was blood, and I didn't know how to control it. A scared 13-year-old girl on an extra level, and then something terrible happens because of it. She's like, look, I'm not going to be driven by it anymore. Now, of course, she wants to see her sister again. That's the goal. She's reuniting with her sister. That's what she wants to do. But also, this whole thing of her being the chosen one. The problem, I guess, the chosen one to, they joke about Harry Potter. They joke about Neo. They joke about her being the follow. And it's probably is, hell, even Anakin Skywalker, but I don't, hopefully she doesn't go over the wow that Anakin went over, where it says, be a good guy, be a bad guy, and then go back being good. Hopefully that doesn't come around, hopefully that doesn't happen to her. But the thing is about it, if she is the secret weapon, if we're going to see her in season 5 of The Boys, which will be the final season of the show, there's a part of me that's like, how much of Gen V can you do? Because Gen V, if you really think about it, is basically about the everyday person. What is everyone's opinion on what's been happening in the main show? What is the world like with the main after these events? Homeland's now in government. What is that like? And that's what basic Gen V is. So if the idea is like, okay, so Homeland has stopped in season 5, as we bloody hell hope so, home, it's if Homeland stopped and it's end of season, what left for Gen V? Season 3 to see how the world is after the events? But we don't know what those events are. I mean, it makes sense for them doing prequels, like what they're doing with the uh Stormfront and Soldier Boy show. Makes sense doing prequels, but like a moving forward type thing, it's pretty hard to do that. And also, it could be that interest of after the main show's done, is there still interest in the boys? That's a good question. Yeah, that's the big dog question, right? So let's also talk about. Let's wrap this up by talking about the what the fuck moments. The big what the fuck moment is, okay, so Jordan and forgot the other guy, the other person's name, have a fight, and they crash into another dorm room, and you find this guy grunting naked on the ground on his paws, and then you find out he has a whole human being stuck in his asshole. Like, the guy pop his head out. I'm like, that's an image I'm not gonna get out of my head. That's an image I'm not gonna get out of my head. Listen, the guy is like peekaboo. He's peekabooing through the guy's asshole. So this guy's power is literally, because I assume this is the same guy who has the whole beer thing. So I'm assuming his power is he has a ass that is a portal. He has an ass portal. He can stick things in his ass and shit them out, and it's like, he doesn't, like, he doesn't need bags. He doesn't need his books. He doesn't need this, and he can just put it in his ass, and everything's good. Yeah. The world of the boys. There's always gonna be a moment where you go, and of course the puppets again. The puppets show up again, which is, we find out the roots of it, and that's good. But okay, but knowing that the ending, which is people now know the truth and reject it. Okay, the gears are now turning. It feels like we're getting a slow regression, just little boom, one step, time progression versus just getting the full train moving. Anyway, comment below, let me know your thoughts.